Hello, parents and students. This lesson is going to cover multiplying decimals. Let's go to our next slide. So, congratulations on making it this far. If you've been keeping up with it, um, keep on going. That's all I can say. Our vocab review looks very similar to if you've watched the place value videos. The only one that I added at the bottom you can see is the product, and all that is the answer to a multiplication problem. So instead of saying the answer is blank, I'm going to say the product is blank. All right. So let's go down here. Steps for multiplying decimals. First, line up the numbers on top of each other. Second, multiply the numbers while ignoring the decimal points. Then you add. Step three, count up all of the numbers of digits that are located at the right side of the decimal point of the factors. And then step four, move the decimal point of the whole number to the left of that number of times, right? So I know it seems like a lot, but if I got this, you got this too. Just give me a second to get my screen set up and then we'll get ready to go. All right, so we're going to get started with our first example. I'm hoping that I did this right. So it's going to be 645 and 12 hundredths times 34 hundredths. So for this one, our decimals do line up, but decimals do not have to line up for you to do a multiplication of them. That'll be in our next example. So you always start in the ones, and then I'm just going to show you guys how to do it. So 4 times 2 is 8. So right here. Next, you do 4 times 1, which is 4. Put my arrows. Next, 4 times 5, which is 20. Put my 0 here, carry my 2 to the tens place. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. So I put my 8 there, carry my 1 to the hundreds place. And then last, I do 4 times 6, which is 24, plus my 1, which is 25. So when I do 645 and 12 tens times 4, this is what I get. Now I'm going to do my 3. What I tell students is I always put a place value holder right here, because we are not going to be in the ones place. We are starting in the tens place now. So every time they have to start over, you put a star right there. Okay. So now we do 3 times 2, which is 6. That goes under the 4. 3 times 1, that's 3. 3 times 5, 15 down here. Bring my 1 up top. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 3 goes down here. Carry my 1 right here. So I have 3 times 6, which is 18, plus 1, which is 19. All right. Do that. And now I add. So I believe we are on, we did step one, we did step two. I think, yep, we just got to finish up the last part of step two, which is to add. So 8, then 6 plus 4 is 10, carry my 1. 3 plus 0 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Then 8 plus 5 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Carry my 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. 1 there. Carry my 1. All right. So now we come to step 3 where it says, I'm sorry, you guys can't see the answer. We come to step 3 where it says count up all the number of digits that are located at the right side of the decimal points of the factors. So how many places do I have to the right of my decimal? 1 and 2, and then 3, sorry, 1, 2. So in my top number, I have 2 spots to the right of my decimal, 1, 2. So that's where this 2 came from. And this number, how many spaces do I have to the right of my decimal? 1, 2. That's where this number came from. What's 2 plus 2? 4. So now I start here in the bottom corner after the 8. I'm going to move my decimal 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I move it that fourth place, then I put my decimal. So my answer would be 119 and then 3, 3408 and 10 thousandths. All right. So I'm going to get this erased and then we will start on our next problem where it's going to be a little trickier. All right. So for our last example, we have 745 and 5 tenths times 49 hundredths. So I'm going to go ahead and do step one, which is lining up the numbers on top of each other. 7, 4, 5, and 5 tenths times 49 hundredths. So you can see in this one of them, the decimal is over here. The other one, the decimal is over here. That is okay because remember in multiplication, the decimals do not have to line up. And then step two is I'm just going to go ahead and multiply my numbers. So 9 times 5, 45. 5 goes here. 4 goes to the ones place. 9 times 5, 45, plus 4 is 9. And then my 4 goes there. Draw my arrows. So now I do 9 times 4, which is 36, plus 4 is 40. Put my 0 there, carry my 4 over here to the hundreds place. 9 times 7 is 63, plus 4 is 67. So I've done the first part. Now I'm going to do the next part. I've already finished my 9, so I'm going to multiply the top number by my 4 now. I'm going to go ahead and put my star right there because I'm not starting in the ones place anymore. I'm starting in the tens place now. So 4 times 5 is 20. 0 down here. 2 over this 5. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2 is 22. 2 goes there. My other 2 comes up here above my 4. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 2 is 18. 8 goes right here. Put my 1 up there. And then last, 4 times 7, which is 28, plus 1 is 29. Then I put my addition sign, and then I do that. So this is what it should look like on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and add it up real quick and then put my screen back up. So the number at the bottom was what I got, 365295. All right. So now we're going to do step 3 is we're going to count up all of the numbers of digits that are located at the right side of the decimal. So in our first problem, 745, our first number, 745 and 5 tenths. How many spaces do I have to the right of this decimal? Just one. So I'm going to put a little 1 over here. And 49 hundredths. How many spaces do I have behind this decimal to the right? 1, 2. I'm going to put a little 2 right there. All I do is, what's 1 plus 2? That's 3. Which brings me to step 4. So I'm going to start behind my 5 and then move to the left 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Put my decimal point right there. So my answer is 365 and 295 thousandths. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I hope you all have a good rest of the day.